Hey everybody, welcome back to Day Trade with Tony. And today is Friday morning, the 20th. We'll talk about the trades from yesterday with the 19th. We traded four stocks. So we traded MDAI. We were up and down across the board with this one. It was a difficult one to trade, and we finished. This is the one we're trading on the live stream earlier. We finished 417 down on this one, so it's a small loss on that one. We traded NCL. We made it $300 on that one. Again, not an easy one to trade. New IPO. I got in, but the spreads were so horrible. I got in and the spreads were 20 cents. I thought that was fine. But the bid never moved. The ask moved up a couple of times. The bid never moved, and I was holding at the ask or above. And until I got a little bit on the movement, and I thought, okay, first profitable opportunity to get out, and I got out for $300. So that was the first profitable trade that we finished on the day. We also traded Tempest again. So Tempest has been a big mover over the last while. Last week it went from 24 cents up to $11. And it's been very volatile since then. It's a difficult one to trade since then, but we managed to get just over $2,000 on Tempest. And we traded another IPO, which had a lot of volatility, some good movement, and whilst I did get caught in with some of the poor fills, should I say, slippage on the fills. We managed to make over $7,000 on it. So $7,000 took us over goal. Finished the day just under 9,500 up, so 1.5 times goal, and that's what it is. So I'll talk you through the WBUY trade, which is the one that made most of the money on today. So here's kind of a summary of. It started here, shot up, opened up just $7, a $4 IPO, but it opened up higher. It was like $7.50. It shot up into a halt. It gapped down on resumption. So this was about a 20-minute halt. It gapped down on resumption into a downwards halt. This time it was only 10 minutes. Then it moved up and then into another halt here. Then it started to pull back. As it moved up and broke the $0.50, broke the VWAP, that's when I looked to enter. Got in, it moved up into a halt and gapped up. Took some profits on the gap up. Didn't get out of my position. It did move up, pull back. Then when it started to move up again, I added to the position, took some profits up here. And then as it started to pull back, I got slippage on the exit. So I had a stop in place. I put a trailing stop in place. I had a stop at 9.50, and it was an 80 cents slippage I got on that one. So horrible slippage on that. And then that's partly down to the spreads, but also partly down to how quickly it flushed down. So my stop was at 9.50. Then as it broke new highs here on the way up, I got back in. Took some profits. I added to the position as well. Took some profits. It then pulled back. I was holding this. I thought, okay, I don't mind a pullback. It needs to get back over $10. It did get back over $10. Took some profits. As it pulled back, I got out. It then decided to make new highs and start moving back up again. So I got in here. I put a stop buy order in place. So the high of this candle was 10.25. Given the spreads as well, I put a stop buy order at 10.32, and it shot up and filled me at 10.70. So I'm not happy with that because it didn't go up much higher. The bid never chased it. It came back down, so I added on the 9 EMA. I bought the dip. That was very disappointed. It was like a 30 cent plus slippage on the on that stop buy order. I'm not going to be doing that again. I'll stick with the limit orders. At least I'm not going to get the I might not get the fill, but I'm not going to get the slippage. So when it's moving like that, stop buy orders. It's difficult to judge how much slippage you're going to get. I decided to buy the dip. It wasn't a big order to start off with, but I doubled down here, and then it just continued to sell off and went into a halt to the downside, got stuck in the halt to the downside. So when it pulled back, I thought, okay, I'll buy the dip again for a bounce on the VWAP. It halted again. This time, when it resumed, it gapped down, but then moved up. So I was just holding this position, and I got out as soon as we got profitable. I got out here, and that was me there. So it's a bit of a risky trade. I risked more than I actually wanted to. I think it was about 18,000 unrealized on this one during the halt. It went down to, I think, about 750. It looked like 750 resumption. It came back up and resumed at 820, 825 or something. But it looked like it was going to gap down to 750, which would have been me down about 18,000 or whatever it was. Well, say down 18,000. I was already up at just over 6 at this stage, just over 6,000. But then I made another 3,000 on this move up. So all's well that ends well. And that was essentially the trade that we took on WBUY. The trade we took on NCL was it sold off from the open. It opened up at just over $5. It's a new IPO. Went into a downwards halt, then into an upwards halt, then started to move up. So I got in here at 410. And it started to make another move back up here. I thought, okay, the spreads were quite wide, and I thought it was like 20 cents on the spreads. But I thought, okay, we're moving back up. We've had a halt up. We're moving back up here. We touched the halt level up here, but I thought, okay, we'll start moving back up again. It pulled back, then it started to move back up, and the spreads narrowed. So I took another 1,000 shares at 410. Then the ask was just, it was either above or at 410. Pretty much the whole time. I think it went down to 449 on the ask. Before then, just getting. I mean, it went up to like 422 on the ask, but the bid never got above 410. So we're here at like 419, 419 here, and again, and it was about 422, and then the bid went up, and we managed to get a little bit on that one. So we managed to get $300, it was 6 cents or whatever. So 416 is where the bid went up to. So it was 6 cents. And I thought, okay, first opportunity to get out profitably on this. Volume had pretty much died out. Horrible stock to try and trade. And it didn't really do much. I mean, it sold off a little bit later, but it didn't really do much. We did trade Tempest. And this is where we traded Tempest. So we got in here as we went profitable on the day, went green on the day. We got over the pullback, and then on that red-green line, the previous day's closing price. So we entered, added to the position and as it came back, we looked for a bounce. I was up at 10,000 shares at this stage. Took some profits here as I got back over there. So I was kind of faked out with that one. And I ended up scaling into 10,000. Not ideal strategy, buying the dip from a weak position. It's averaging down is actually a very poor strategy. I don't recommend it. But then when we did break above this level, I got back in and it shot up. So I added to the position, took profits, and then got out here. As we started to break lows. But then it started to curl back up, so I got back in, doubled up and took profits at the top and set a stop in place, and then it pulled back and stopped me out. That was it. So a little over $2,000 on Tempest across the 3 entries. So look, it wasn't going to break the bank. It wasn't going to get us over that drawdown. It wasn't going to get us over the losses we'd incurred already this month. It wasn't going to get us profitable on the month. Still waiting. Not a great day for trading. Not a lot of movement. Kind of tepid for low float stocks, if anything. There was some big stocks, some of the mega caps were moving. So that was it. And then we went and traded the second IPO of the day, which was WBUY, WBUY. So that was essentially it. So where does that leave us on the month? Well, let's take a look at the statistics and see how that sets us up for the rest of October. Okay, so this is October and the trading that we've done in October. You can see I've had quite a few red days in October, but 9.5K on Thursday or yesterday. It didn't quite get us out of the drawdown, and it didn't quite get us profitable on the month. So let's just have a look at that, shall we? Where we're actually sitting. So we're actually did get us profitable on the month. We get us $660 profitable on October. So we're now in the green on October. But I was saying with regards to the drawdown, we're still in drawdown just. So it's $1,800 in drawdown. But it means that Friday going to be an important day. We need to get at least $2,000 growth to get out of drawdown and stay profitable on the month is important. But also from a net point of view, we're very close to getting over that seven-figure number for the year again. We've got about just under $1,500. If we get $1,500, so if we get the $2,000 to get us out of drawdown, and it'll take us over that seven-figure number for the year. So what is the number for the year? How are we tracking for the year at the moment? So let's just change these stats for the annual numbers. Remember, I've set my target for a 1.2 net or 1.5 growth. We're just shy of 1.2 at the moment. We're about 22K away in October. Given that that's a pro rata, I'm looking at 120K a month. I'm not far off that pro rata. 10th month of the year should have me at 1.2. Currently sitting there at 1.178. So, 22K will between now and the end of October. We've got enough time. We've got all of next week. We've got Friday. We've got all of next week. That's 6 days plus 2 days the week after. So 8 days in total. If we track it at 5K, that's 40. That more than gives us the 22 that we need. So if we tracked at 5, which is less than the goal I've set myself on a daily basis, which is 6K, which we're averaging over 6K across the year. Not in October. We're actually losing in October, but we're averaging 6K across the year. If I look at how I'm actually performing, let's go to the days and times. How I'm actually performing across the year. The summer's not been great, and into the autumn or fall, as you like to say in the US, it's not been great. So since June, I've not been trading as well as I would have liked. February wasn't great either, but had 4 great months of the year. So these 4 months were better months than I'd ever had previously ever. But since then, I've really tailed off. Now, July and August was expected with the relocation. September, we kind of rescued that. We would have been at goal last year with September, slightly short of goal this year. October, you can see it's not even registered yet. So we're $600 in profit on October. So we need to put a little bit of a run together and get profitable on October. I'm not covering the fees and charges for October. So this is gross numbers. So I've not covered fees and charges for October. So I'm actually I'm having to pay to trade for October at the moment. So that's where we are at the moment. And look, we've got plenty of the month left. We've got 8 days, as I say. We've got Friday to come. I'll be back at it again an hour before the market opens, so 8:30 a.m. That's the usual time that I go live. Come join me then. We'll do it all again on Friday. Couple of magic numbers that I've got to hit. I've got to get over 1,500 net profit to get past the back over the drawdowns brought us back. We were over 7 figures on the year, but the drawdown brought us back below it, so we need to get back over that. So 1,500 net, but also 1,800 growth. And that will get us over out of drawdown. So 2K day on Friday. I've got a goal of 6K. I'm still sticking to that, but I need a minimum of 2K on Friday. Let's see how we do it. Join me there. I hope to see you there, and we'll do it all again on Friday. 8:30 a.m. Be prompt, be sharp, and I'll see you there. Take it easy.